Hello, hello, hello. So I wanted to take a look at this newer mod here, PB's Crystal Clear Muscle Maps. This is CBBE, okay? This is a CBBE thing. It's 2K. It's about 43 megabytes. Now this is the Crystal Clear Muscle Maps version. There is a second version. It is here, the Soft Muscle Maps. I'm going to take a look at both. But I want to take a look at the crystal clear one first. I think this is the one that people who are looking for a muscular body are going to be more interested in. However, this is like somewhere between the idea of being really muscular and having no muscle tone. We'll say it that way. So this is still a good viable option. It's just different, but we're going to look at this one first. This one from the pictures promises to be very muscular looking, and we're going to hop into the game. I have a new girl all loaded up, Jade, and we're going to just take a quick look at this. Okay. All right. My apologies. I forgot to mention this is ported by Will of the Wisp, but this was created by Pepperoni B01, and I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Pepperoni Boy, okay? But Pepperoni B01 created this, and Will of the Wisp ported this, again, about 43 megabytes. All right, so here we are on Jade. Now, I have her in the Forsworn outfit just to give you an idea of what it might look like in a skimpy outfit. I'm also going to show you at the end of this how I have the mod set up, so that you can see that. But let's take her out of this. I am using CBBE, okay? I'm using CBBE, and I have this mod down below all other textures or anything relating to the body, okay? So let me bring her over here for just a moment. And you can see her abs a little bit. I'm probably going to get demonetized, even though this is not racy at all. They're probably going to say I'm trying to show you something in a lewd way. So just, hey, watch another video or do something, you know, I appreciate it. So anyway, let's go in here. We're going to look. We're going to try this with the weight slider to see what it does, okay? Because I have her maxed, right? Now, it may not be affected by this. Let's see. But if we tone this down, she keeps her muscle tone the same. Okay, so her muscle tone stays the same. This only affects her breasts and maybe a little bit around the hips. Okay, so this is normal for CBBE. So you're going to always get this muscle tone. Let me back us out just a little bit. There we go. On the legs. The shading might be, the shadows might be a little much, but I don't know. I don't know, if you want that definition, you kind of need that shadow to make that stand out, right? So, there you go. That's what it's going to look like. And even if you make her thin, which, let's just go do that real quick. I didn't leave it there. Let's just go ahead and let's make her thinner. Even if you make her a little thinner, you're going to find that she still has this muscle definition. See that? So that's the idea of this texture, is to give you those abs and those legs and those arms. You see the muscle definition and the back. Not as much in the back, but there is definitely some there. Okay, I'm not saying it's not there. I'm saying it may not be quite as obvious in the back, but it is definitely there. So I'm going to turn her weight back up. I'm going to hop out. I'm going to show you how I have this mod set up, and we're going to switch over and show you the next mod, okay? I don't normally do two mods in one show, but these are basically two variations of the same mod, so I'm going to do that. All right, so to be clear, we've been looking at PB's Crystal Clear Muscle Maps. This is CBBE 2K. There is a 1K version, I believe. But this is not very big, so I just went with the 2K version. You can try the 1K version. It will probably be just fine. They do tell you about some of the maps, some of the mods they use in the description, but they don't give you a lot. So I didn't really worry about that too much. I'm just going to show you what I have, and I'm going to show you the mods that I'm using so that you can see the results. Remember too, a lot of times these mods and the pictures we see and the things they talk about in the description, remember that a lot of that is on PC. It's not on the console. So we don't even have access to some of the mods that they have on the PC. So it's just a fact of life. It's just something we have to deal with. So I don't want you to have unrealistic expectations where you're going to be able to make your character look exactly as some of these pictures are. Because these pictures, almost all of these are going to be from the PC, and some of them are kind of specialized, touched up, whatever. Anyway, we're going to move on. It's not the same for us on the console. That is the main thing I'm getting at. So we're going to scroll down. I'm going to show you what I'm doing and what I'm using. All right. So I'm using CBBE, Caliente's. This is just the standard CBBE. This gives you textures, the body. It gives you all the armor replacer and all that. So that's that mod. Then down below in my character mods, you'll see I'm using just some normal stuff, some hair, and let's see, some presets. I've turned off all the UNP bodies. I am using this smile, the Eyes of Beauty remastered. I turned off those textures because those are not for CBBE. I didn't even turn on Asher's because I wanted you to see this muscle texture just on the CBBE body. So you would have a feel for what it looks like. You could definitely place it under Asher's texture and use it. However, Asher's skin texture is a little different than the normal CBBE texture. Anyway, and then I put this down below. I wanted to make sure that the muscles would show, so I put them down below my other textures. And that's how you would do this, okay? All right. So we're going to switch this one off. We're going to go to the soft muscle maps. I'm going to have to do a reset and bring us back in to show us that. So I will be back in a moment. All right, so we're back and we're going to do the second part of our show. We're going to look at PB's Soft Muscle Maps CBBE 2K. Now this is about 44 megabytes, again ported by Will of the Wisp, and again created by Pepperoni Boy or Pepperoni B01, okay? So I just want you to be aware of that, and this is going to have a little softer muscle definition. But we're going to actually go in and look at it in the game. But it's not supposed to be quite so, what's the word? I can't think of it. The muscles are so well defined in the other mod. And this is supposed to soften that so that they're still there, but they're not as, they won't be as ripped. You know, it just won't be as stark in its appearance. Okay? All right, so let's hop into the game and see what that looks like. All right, so here we are, and you can see here she still has some pretty well-defined muscles, but I think this is a little less defined. Let's go in and play with the weight slider again. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but let's do it anyway. All right, I don't see any difference there, but I wanted to check that. Now you'll notice she still has good muscle definition, but it's supposed to be a little softer. Now, I'm just going to be honest and say I can't tell a huge difference for my purposes, but I'm not into the muscle appearance on the women. So for me, it still looks very, very similar. I can't tell much difference, but I'm going to take them at their word when they say they've softened it up and it should look a little softer. And perhaps the shadowing is a little less intense, so maybe they are correct. It certainly looks like at the breast it is not as intense. So, and if she walks around, you'll notice. I think you can tell some difference. Oh, I can't turn her around like that. I don't have the right mod on for that, but nonetheless, okay. I still think she looks very good. They've softened it up some. I can tell a little difference, especially now that I'm paying a little more attention. But still, pretty muscular, pretty ripped, not bad. If this is your thing, this looks like a good version of it. The previous version that I've shown in the past was for UNP. This is for CBBE. Don't get them confused. And this will probably not work with UNP because they're specifically saying it's for CBBE, okay? So be aware of that. Make sure that you keep your texture, this texture for the muscles, lower than your skin texture just to be on the safe side. Because if you try something like Asher's, matter of fact, let me hop out. We'll turn Asher's on. We'll come back in and see what we think, just to give you an idea of whether or not you can do that and how that would work for you, okay? All right, be right back. All right, so this is the muscle mod, and this is the other muscle mod. And you'll see Asher's is up here. I'm going to turn Asher's on, and we're going to go in and look at it with this mod on. Now, notice that everything is still below CBBE. Let me go back up here. I keep this kind of high because CBBE, it has all the armor and all the other stuff, so I keep it a little bit higher. It has a lot of stuff in it. You could make it lower in your load order, but this is just how I think of it. So, this is where CBBE is. Then I have my character mods down here. You'll see the hair and the presets and stuff. And then I have my textures, my skin textures, like this. This is down here because it's special, okay? It's a special exception, and I just started keeping it there all the time. And then here's your muscle maps. Either one that you use should show up fine. We're going to go back to this crystal clear one. Oh, wait. No, we'll stay with the soft muscle maps because that's what we were looking at. Both of them are pretty good anyway. Just to give you an idea of how it will look on the Asher skin. Actually, maybe we will go back to the crystal clear. Just so you have an idea of what it looks like, okay? Alright, so I'll be back in a moment. I gotta do another reset and come back in. Alright, so this is our same girl. Now she's using Asher's skin, but I still put the muscle maps and all below, okay? So she's still getting the muscle definition, but the skin texture is really more of Asher's skin texture. Now I realize that the muscle definition thing mod, it is somewhat of a texture itself, okay? But what we're trying to do is kind of blend the two together. I think this turns out really well. Asher's skin texture is very nice anyway, but it looks like this blends very well with that, just as much as it did the normal CBBE texture. And you'll notice this is a little more ripped than the soft. You can tell a difference, especially in the pecs up in that area. And somewhat on the legs and all too, okay? Alright, so I wanted to show you that. I wanted to show you these two things. Make sure that if you're using these mods, you put them down lower than your other stuff, below your skin texture. Let's hop out and just take a quick look at the two mods again. Alright, so the two mods we've looked at are PB's Crystal Clear muscle maps. Now PB stands for Pepperoni Boy. And PB's Soft muscle maps. Both are actually very well defined. The soft just has some softened appearance to it, okay? Like especially around the boobs, it's a little softer appearance. Both of these, you'll notice, let's see, this is 43 megabytes basically and 44 megabytes. They're both for CBBE, and the version I looked at for both of these is 2K, all right? I think there is a 1K that you can look at, and it would probably be just as good. But I'm looking at the 2K here because they're not that large. So I figured it was worth a try at this level, okay? All right. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who donate to the channel, who support the channel. They put their money where their mouth is, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you to these folks. And thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel. This has been an How That Smarts production.